Hey everybody, welcome to Miss Terry's 52 Cupcake Recipe Challenge. Today we are doing cupcake number 33 and it is the salmon cupcake, and by suggestion we are doing the creme fraiche topping for this cupcake. This suggestion was made by one of my husband's co-workers, or work colleagues if you will. He lives in France and his name is Laurent, and he suggested this cupcake. This is not a sweet, well, it's sort of sweet, savory. It's not an overly sweet cupcake. So if you're looking for a sweet treat, this would not be it. But this is a great cupcake to have with like a glass of wine, and it's definitely an adult cupcake. So let me tell you how I made it. I used a cup and a half of flour, a cup of sugar plus 2 tablespoons, a teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mixed all that up together, and then in my KitchenAid I mixed in 2 large eggs, a half a cup of olive oil, and a half a cup of buttermilk, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Mixed all that up in here, and then I added, you know what, let me get that, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. I added salmon, and I chose this was a wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, and it's a smoked salmon. It came into a pack and it was very thinly sliced, which was perfect. So I took 2 whole slices that was in here, and I chopped it up really tiny into little teeny weeny bits, as you can see here. The bits are really tiny. And I used about 2 tablespoons of these bits and put it in my wet ingredients and then mixed it all up. And then I took my dry ingredients, add them in, and I filled my cupcakes as normal, 2/3 full. I baked it at 350 for 15 minutes exactly, and they came out perfectly golden, and they really look nice. And they're, when you break it open, you can see the bits of salmon in there. So for the topping, what I did for the icing, the creme fraiche is originated in France. So we do sell it here, but I can see this little teeny weeny container. I found it at our local market, and it was like $7. So I have to tell you, I made it homemade, and I got this much for about $3. So you can use this for so many things, and it stores in the refrigerator for up to 10 days. So how you make this is, I took 2 cups of whipped cream and 4 tablespoons of buttermilk, shook it up in the jar, and then just stuck it on the counter, and you have to let it set 8 to 24 hours. 24 hours is ideal. I only had 8 hours. I didn't have 24 hours. So after 8 hours, I looked at it, and it was still really thin, but I had clumps of cream there. So it really needed to sit longer. So I cheated and took my whip and whipped it up just like you would like a heavy whipping cream, and I did that. But now, and then it's in the refrigerator overnight, and it's come out, and it's still really thick. It's really, really thick. See that? Kind of plop. So cheaper, easy to do. You just put it together, set it aside, and forget it if you know that you're going to be making it. And so I definitely recommend doing it this way. And anything that you have left over, you can put it in mashed potatoes, you can put it, anything that's creamy, and then you want to make it creamy. Okay, so to decorate it, I think, let me just put some in my bowl here. Now this is not sweet. It's not, it's not sour like sour cream, but it's sort of like in between a sour cream and a, like the heavy whipping cream that you make. You can make this a little bit sweet, but if you do, you're going to kind of ruin it. It's not the traditional creme fraiche. So, but if you have to have it a little bit sweeter, they do say that you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar to it when you're mixing it up. But I wouldn't do any more than that. This is the real thing. Okay, so I'm just going to, because it is like a cream, I'm not going to squirt it on. I think I just want to dollop it on because it is a nice cream. So I'm just going to do that to decorate them. Again, this will be really nice as maybe an appetizer, even with a nice glass of wine if you have company over. The cupcake itself has got the sweetness in it still. So you're not really, it's interesting cupcake to make for it not being a sweet one. I think it was good. It's pretty. I'm just going to decorate these. Nice. Now I chose to decorate them by putting just like a little lemon wedge on the top because salmon's a fish, goes well with lemon. And then it was suggested by Laurent and my husband to put capers on top. So I added some capers on top. And that helps decorate it. And this kind of shows them that this isn't a sweet cupcake. It's going to be like a savory cupcake. Just do a few here. Okay, and then to bring out the salmon even more on top, the freshness of the salmon, I took the little bits that were left over and just sprinkled them on top. And it gives it a lot of nice color and really makes it a pretty cupcake. I should have poured a glass of wine before I did this, but you know, it's too early in the morning. So let's turn this around here for you. Oh, my cream's a little lopsided. I'll have to, there we go, shake it a little. All right, so see, there you go. How cute is that? So to eat it, we have to taste it. Let the cupcakes sit in the refrigerator overnight before I iced them, and it really made the cupcake a lot moister, and is that a word? And it tears away from the paper very easy. Now you can, you know, eat the cupcake without squeezing the lemon on it, but I would squeeze a couple drops of the lemon on it. You've got the lemon wedge there. It's just going to give it that extra bite that you want. Yep. Squeeze the lemon. This is good. A nice appetizer to serve your guests. Yum. It is very good. It's just enough sweet to go with the salmon and the capers on there. It is very good. Again, this is cupcake number 33. We have, oh wow, only 19 more to go. Okay, so thank you. This recipe definitely goes into our box. Thank you, Laurent. And it goes in our box. So again, thank you. I will see you guys next week. We're going to make the banana Foster cupcake. I can't wait for that one. Bye now.